Welcome friends. As you are watching this particular video, it's sure that you want to learn about HR. Now we are going to talk about some most important responsibilities and professions of HR management. Now I have spent more than 25 years of career in HR. Now in this 25 years of career, I have seen many professionals to be HR, or they are spending, or they are working in the field of sales, they are working in the field of accounts, but they want to become a human resource manager. Why exactly the person or the professionals from other field wants to become a HR? So what is the most attractive and important parameter or beauties of human resource management so that everyone wants to be the HR? Today, we are going to talk about the roles and responsibilities of HR, what a HR manager exactly does in a company. You have to understand one thing. Once a company is formed, the first person to be hired is the HR manager. Because HR manager is the person who is going to hire the next employee for that particular company. Now, if you ask me what is the responsibility of HR in a single sentence, I can tell you that human resource manager manages the entire employee life cycle. Now, you should ask me, what is employee life cycle? Employee life cycle is basically the first day and last day of the company and entire days in between. That means from the day one employee going to join the company till the day the employee decides to resign from the company, the entire period is called employee life cycle. And one HR manager is actually responsible to handle, to manage and to coordinate for the entire employee life cycle of the employee. And what are the job responsibility of HR generalist manager? Now, in this particular employee life cycle, there are different types of function that a HR does. We call it HR generalist manager. So what is HR generalist manager? Understand, if we divide the job responsibility of HR in macro level, there are 6 most important functions that a HR manager does. What are the 6 macro level HR function? Let us see. So the first function that we are talking about is talent acquisition. Now many people, they think that talent acquisition is actually recruitment. But yes, recruitment is a part of talent acquisition, but recruitment is not only talent acquisition. Recruitment is probably the 50% of talent acquisition, but there are many other activities that talent acquisition contains, like manpower planning, manpower budgeting, job description preparation, filtration, funneling. There are many other activities that we do in talent acquisition, which is one of the most important functions of a HR manager. So the first one is talent acquisition. The second one is compensation and benefits. Now again, when we talk about compensation and benefits, many HR thinks that payroll management. But again, I repeat, payroll management is a part of compensation benefits, true, but it's only the 50% of it. But beside that, there are many other activities like TDS calculation, income tax calculation, payroll compliances, many other activities are there which we call about compensation and benefits. So compensation and benefits is basically managing the salary part of the employee, paying them the salary on right time, calculating the provident fund, calculating the bonus, calculating the overtime, etc., etc. So the first one is talent acquisition, the second one is compensation and benefits, the third one is statutory compliance, labor law and industrial relation. What is this? Statutory compliance is basically the legal part of HR. If I am running a company, I need to follow lots of employment act. Those are governed by the government of any country. So they are called as labor law. So I, as a HR manager, am responsible to know each and every labor law of that particular country and to implement them properly. If I don't know or if I don't implement them properly, then my company will be in a trouble and it will attract lots of penalty by the government. So I, as a HR manager, responsible to know the laws and to implement them properly. What kind of laws? Let us give you some example. Provident Fund Act, ESI Act, Gratuity Act, Bonus Act, Employee Relationship Act or Maternity Benefit Act, Industrial Dispute Act, Contract Labor Act. So there are different types of acts out there. So let us start from beginning. First, talent acquisition. Second, compensation and benefits. Third, statutory compliance and labor law. Fourth one is performance management, talent management and training and development. Now what is this? If I am a HR manager of a company, I am supposed to ensure that my employees are performing. If they are not performing, I need to find out why they are not performing and what the company should do so that they actually perform. If they are performing, then we should reward them. We should give them incentive. We should offer them bonus. And if they don't, we need to train them properly. We need to ensure that they get the proper training and they start performing. That is again a responsibility of the HR manager. So talent acquisition, compensation and benefits, statutory compliance, performance management. The fifth one is called HR operation or HR administration or employee management. Now I am supposed to manage the job in my company. I am supposed to manage the employees of my company. I need to find out whether my employees are happy or not. I need to find out whether they are motivated or not. I need to find out if they are having any grievances, how to resolve them. So that's a job of HR manager again. And the last one is business partner HR or strategic HR, where the HR is actually partnering with the business. HR is actually partnering with the management so that the company can grow, so that the company can earn better revenue, they can earn better profit. And how HR be a part of it? Yes, that's the role of a business partner HR, which we are going to learn. So let me summarize the role of HR generalist manager. Number one, talent acquisition. Number two, compensation and benefits. Number three, statutory compliance and labor law. Number four, performance management, talent management and training and development. Number five, HR operation, HR administration, employee management. And number six, business partner HR, strategic HR and HR analytics. So now you have seen the job responsibility of HR manager. Now you have to understand there are two different aspects of a job, technical and non-technical. So we have talked about the technical role of HR. We have spoken about the 6 most important functions that HR does. What are the non-technical role of HR? That's the beauty of this particular profession. You have to understand one thing. HR is an employee. At the same time, they are basically the bridge between other employees and the management, the company. So HR is supposed to communicate between the employee and the employer. Whatever the problem the employees are facing, they are communicating to the HR. HR is communicating the same to the company. Now after listening to all the problems, company have decided something and they will inform the decision to the HR and HR will convey the decision to the employees. Now HR is the negotiator. They are the bridge between the employee and the employer. He is in the employee's team. He is in the company's team. But again, he is in nobody's team. He has to play a very balancing role, a diplomatic role between the employee and the employer. If HR does not support the employee will not be happy. Then the company will ask why the employees are not happy. And if the HR supports the employee only, then the management will ask the HR why you are supporting the employee. You are supposed to work for the company. So that's the balancing role the HR needs to do. So when we are talking about the role of HR, as we have already discussed, it's the responsibility of eyes and ears of an organization. But HR cannot be the mouth of the organization. He needs to see everything, he needs to listen to everything, but he cannot tell everything. He has to decide what to tell and what not to tell, so that he can decide the next possible action to do to make both the employee satisfied as well as which is beneficial for the company. So today you are planning to become a HR manager. Welcome to the HR fraternity. I wish you all the very best. I'm sure that you'll do most well in your career. Thank you so much.